Hello guys, how are you today? My name is Olimpiu Tuns and today we'll talk about the Forex pairs, the most important Forex pairs, about the majors, commodities, cryptocurrencies, indexes. Thank you guys. Please take a short moment, first of all, to read the risk disclaimer. Hello anxiety, protest, Stephen, Bart, how are you? How are you, man? And also I'm waiting for your questions into the YouTube chat. If you want me to take a look on a specific market, or hello Tim, Martin, how are you guys? Alejandro, how are you, man? I'm fine. How are you? Andy, hello. So first of all, please read the risk disclaimer. It is very important for you to understand the risks involved when trading on financial markets. And let's start our session here with the DXY, and I will talk anxiety also about US dollar versus the Swiss franc, GBP versus the yen, and gold as well. Debo, yeah. So let's start with the DXY, with the US dollar index, and as you can see here, the DXY rallies, increases aggressively. So the US dollar appreciates versus its rivals right now, and we'll take a look also on the euro versus the US dollar. We'll take a look also on the pound versus the US dollar, on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Alejandro, gold supposed to go to 1950. No, we'll take a look on gold as well. Right now gold has decreased only because the DXY rally is here, and you can see here that the price of the DXY, the rate, has failed here to stabilize right below the 350% Fibonacci line here. So right now it has jumped above the weekly pivot point, above all these immediate highs, and it could maybe continue to increase, maybe towards 23.6, 90.45, also towards R1. And as you already know, I've told you that if the US data, if the inflation data maybe and the unemployment claims will come in better than expected, maybe the price of, maybe the US dollar will appreciate. Unfortunately, the DXY reacted badly yesterday after the ECB, after the European Central Bank, also after the inflation data, but it was only a temporary reaction here. As you can see, we had only a temporary drop, yeah, and right now we have a rally. So after these better than expected data, CPI, consumer price index, an important growth, 0.6%, beating 0.4% expected. Core CPI 0.7% growth versus 0.5% growth expected. So also the unemployment claims have decreased further, even if this indicator failed to reach the expected level, the expectations. It was still good for the US dollar, guys. Milad, do you think there will be any correction to up for gold today? I will take a look on gold in a minute, guys. So don't worry, because I will take a look on gold as well, on cryptocurrencies, commodities. So yeah. Hi Aline, how are you? M12 trade, why USD is appreciating. So as I've told you, yesterday we had a bad reaction, maybe right after the ECB and right after the US inflation data release. But as you already know from my analysis, fundamentally when the US data will come in better than expected, then the US dollar could appreciate. So the inflation data here, the CPI, the consumer price index, core CPI, core consumer price index, have increased more than expected. Also the unemployment claims have dropped further. So yesterday we had better than expected US data, and that's why right now the US dollar increases, because as you can see here today we don't have too many important events. We'll have only the prelim consumer sentiment later, but I don't believe that this one will bring something, or it could support the US dollar's appreciation if the data will come in better than expected. As you can see here, 82.9, and the specialists are expecting a potential growth towards 84.1. So maybe if the indicator will report an important growth here, maybe above 84.1, then maybe the US dollar will resume its growth here in the short term. Alejandro, the XY is appreciating because technical analysis say so. Yeah, because if we'll take a look here, let's take a look. So the DXY has escaped from this falling wedge here, and then it has escaped from this down channel. So yeah, it has moved sideways here. It has failed to come back towards the support zone here, so signaling a potential rally in the short term. That's why the DXY increases right now, guys. And let's move forward and let's take a look also on gold, guys, because it seems that you are interested in gold. So right now, and as you can see here, the price of gold is into a strong sell-off. After here retesting the 1900 psychological level, it has failed to reach the former high here, 1903.93, and you can see here that the price of gold has retested also this medium line of the ascending pitchfork. Okay, so I've told you that you can use maybe the medium line as a potential target, as resistance, as support. So right now the price has failed here to stabilize above it. It has decreased, it has increased to retest, and we had here a retest of this confluence area formed at the intersection between this psychological level 1900 with the medium line. So only a false breakout here signaled the potential drop here, so that's why we have this one here. Also the price of gold drops because the DXY rallies right now. You can use this correlation in trading maybe it's not a perfect one, but you can use it, and when the DXY rallies like now, you don't want to be long on gold, guys. Okay, so we have a strong sell-off here, even if maybe we had this one here, this temporary rally, maybe because yesterday, only because the DXY has decreased, only because gold is used also as an edge for inflation, guys. But personally, I really like to use in trading a correlation between gold and the US dollar index. Okay, Sarah, how are you? Andrew, it is only me or what? The live was lagging. Afternoon. Daryl, how are you? Yes, 12 trade. Yes, Sarah, we had a few losses this week, but let's take a look here on our MyFX book. Learn to trade VIP signals. We are still up 6.67, guys, in our real account. So we use a real account for our signals, and we are placing the same trades here, guys, for us as well. The same signals that we send into the VIP Telegram group. So for those who are not VIP members, you can join our VIP Telegram group. You can become a VIP member to get all our signals. And right now we'll take a look also on the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen, because we have also a free signal today. But you should know, if you are only a free member, you should know that we have other two pending orders right now in the VIP channel, so if you don't want to miss them, you can join our VIP Telegram group for only £35 a month, guys. You can access the link posted right below this video. So here in my FX book, we are still in our real account. Learn to trade VIP signals, guys. Real account, Dava trade. So 6.67 growth in our real account, 7.22 in May, in the last month growth. So even if we had a few losses, we will recover everything and we will continue to grow our real account. Okay, so that's it here for gold. We don't have too many things right now here because right now is not a good time to sell it from here because it has reached this static support 1883. Also is not good to buy it from here. Personally, I really want maybe the price to drop to here towards my support levels before maybe really catching something great, something an important upside movement. Okay, so let's take a look also on 1 hour. But as I've told you, and as you can see here, it has failed once again here to stabilize right above the pivot point, the weekly pivot point, and now it has found temporary support at this former low here. Maybe the price will come back to test and retest this level, this weekly pivot point before maybe dropping or maybe that, but it's hard to believe that it will maybe come back and increase from here right now, as long as the DXY continues to grow. Okay, so I really want to wait for something here in the short term. We can use also here maybe a potential downtrend line. So as long as the price stays below it, personally I don't want to go long on gold right now. Okay, Milad Amid, so that means when dollar index is down, the gold can be down and USD stronger. When the DXY increases, Milad, when the US dollar index increases, the US dollar is strong. Okay, the US dollar increases, appreciates versus its rivals. Okay, and the gold could drop when the DXY increases. Okay, and when the DXY drops and when the US dollar depreciates, the price of gold could increase. So Lee, how are you, man? Oh, right now I'm looking at gold and I will explain again for you, man. So as I've said earlier, and if we'll take a look here on the 4-hour chart, the price has increased within this ascending pitch force body. Okay, it has increased here, but it has failed to reach my upper medium line here, signaling an exhaustion, signaling exhausted buyers here. It has moved a little sideways, it has dropped, it has retested here the 1900, it has decreased again, and now it has maybe stabilized it right below the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, which signals that maybe we'll have a correction here in the short term. So if the DXY, I believe that if the US dollar index will continue to increase, maybe the price of gold could continue maybe to drop, and if it will maybe stabilize below 1883, maybe it could drop maybe towards these former lows here, towards support, towards the sliding line. But this is not a signal here right now because I need to wait for confirmation myself here. Okay, so this is only an analysis based on what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour chart, because we had only another false breakout here through this confluence, through this psychological level. The price has failed to stabilize right above this downtrend line, so the pressure is still high here on gold. Fabien, yeah, we'll take a look on the US 100. what do you think about Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen? I will take a look. Okay, so right now we don't have a clear direction here in gold. Okay, and once we'll get confirmation here, and once we'll have a high probability trade, I will come back to you guys, and I will send you the signal into the VIP Telegram group. Okay, so let's take a look on 1 minute, one moment, because I have here, yeah, so anxiety GBP versus the Japanese yen. First of all, we are still here in a down channel on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, as you can see here. So we had only a false breakdown here below the S1. We had a strong bullish engulfing here, and yeah, Lee, thank you as well. And I've told you that we had this one here yesterday, this major bullish engulfing. Right now we have only a temporary sideways movement here. Maybe the price tries to accumulate more bullish energy, maybe before trying maybe to come back here above the weekly pivot point, above 155.22, also to reach maybe our upside line here, the channel's resistance. And let's wait and see what will really happen. And I've told you guys, for those who are not VIP members, we have a pending order here in the GBP versus the Japanese yen, a pending order, so you can still catch this trade if you will become a VIP member by accessing the link posted right below this video. So let's take a look also on the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Thank you, anxiety. So, and yeah, the GBP versus the Japanese yen for our for our chart flag, yeah, a potential down channel there, a potential continuation pattern maybe. So US dollar versus the Swiss franc, long bullish. So let's take a look here on the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. So the price moves somehow sideways here in the short term, and yeah, the price of the US dollar versus the Swiss franc increases right now because the DXY rallies. Okay, so right now it's hard to maybe to catch something from here. Personally, I would like maybe to see maybe like a new higher high here, or a further consolidation here before maybe I'll decide to go long, because here we have a strong support area, 0.8930. So yeah, personally I don't like this pair too much, and something like a potential major double bottom could be confirmed only if the price will maybe increase and make a new higher high here to jump and stabilize above the R1. Okay, so right now it could increase as long as the DXY increases, guys, but for me here the price has reached this 150% Fibonacci line, a former support, now resistance. You can see that the price was rejected by this line in the past, and maybe if the price will stabilize above it, it could move towards my lower medium line here, but right now I'll stay away from this pair because I've told you it is at resistance here. Okay, yeah, Pedro Castro, please check DAX. Price came out of ascending triangle. Yeah, so let's take a look on DAX, and I will take a look also on the US 100 Thank you, Fabien. Also on the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. Also, we'll talk about our pending order in New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. So, yeah, if you remember, I told you in my previous sessions that the DAX, the German stock index, is bullish and it could continue to increase. Yeah, retest here, and right now, yeah, it's bullish, but personally I don't want to buy it here around this former historical high, or right below the historical high, even if the DAX 30 is still bullish, is strongly bullish. So the price action has developed something like this, has printed something like a potential rising wedge. I've talked about the British pound versus the Japanese yen, but I will take a look again for you. Thank you. Khadija, Ahmed, any possibility for long in gold? No, right now, no. I've told you earlier that personally I don't like to go long on gold when the US dollar index increases, okay? I'm using this correlation, and I don't want to be long on gold when the US dollar increases, when the DXY increases, okay? So here the DAX, maybe it could jump towards the historical high, towards this upside line. So as long as it stays right above this uptrend line, the bias is still bullish here, I believe, in DAX, okay? But as I've told you, I don't want to buy it here, only because we are right below the historical high. So maybe we had something sooner, but right now it's too late maybe to catch good trade here. Okay, so I will take a look again on the British pound versus the Japanese yen. And I've told you that, so we have here an uptrend, a temporary drop, a correction, a retreat, and now the price moves here within a continuation pattern maybe, but we'll really have to wait for confirmation, guys, because we are still here below the weekly pivot point, 155.21, a strong static resistance here, okay? So we'll have to wait, guys. So I will take a look also on the US 100. US 100 increased strongly, aggressively yesterday because the DXY decreased. You can use this correlation as well. The bias is still bullish. The Nasdaq is traded right above this major uptrend line. So, but maybe we cannot exclude maybe a temporary decline here after, if the price will fail to maybe close above R2 weekly resistance 13,993.2. So here as well, maybe it's risky to buy it here because we are right below these historical highs. So we'll have to wait for a better entry, for a good entry. Okay, so I will take a look also on the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. We had the sell-off earlier, yeah. So here we are on the 4-hour chart, Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. We have here a sideways movement. I don't like it. It's hard to catch something here or to trade such a sideways movement, such an indecision here. Yeah, you can see. But the bias, the outlook is still bullish. As you can see here, the price is traded right above this immediate uptrend line. Okay, but we still have to wait for something good, for a new good entry here in Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen, because this sell-off here today has invalidated maybe a potential growth. Maybe the price will continue to move sideways to retest this uptrend line before maybe make an upside breakout from this range. above 85.17, above this upper medium line. Okay, so personally I still believe that the price could maybe still approach the upper medium line, but we'll still have to wait for confirmation. We'll have to wait here, maybe the price to make a new maybe false breakdown with great separation below the uptrend line, okay, before really deciding to go long. Okay, Sergio, is euro versus the British pound good for shorting? Let's take a look on one moment. So anxiety, double bottom on US 100. Where do you see a double bottom? Here. On what time frame? Or here? We had one maybe. And yeah, okay, maybe here, yeah, on 1 hour, something like this. Maybe we had something here, but I told you that it's risky, it's too high to maybe place buying positions, orders in US 100 right now. Okay, and I really believe that if the maybe the DXY will continue to increase, maybe we'll have a temporary drop, and maybe a temporary drop will bring us a new buying opportunity. Okay, so we talked about, let's take a look also on the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen, because yeah, we have here a free signal. We sent a free signal today as well on this one, and I want to explain you guys why we decided to place such a buy stop here at 79.14, because you can see here that the price was rejected several times here from right below the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. So we expected maybe a potential rebound here from this medium line of the descending pitchfork from around the S1, right? We may have here a potential minor, something like a minor falling wedge reversal pattern. So that's why we decided here to place a buy stop if the price will start increasing from here, but we'll get confirmation that maybe the pair will continue to increase only if the price will jump and stabilize above the medium line, and if it will maybe jump and stabilize above the weekly pivot point above 69.10, guys. So we'll have to wait, and maybe if the price will here continue to drop, maybe if it will reach our stop loss before reaching our entry, maybe we'll delete this trade, guys, this position, this pending order, and we will search for something else. Okay, I will take a look also on the euro versus the British pound. Thank you, Sergio. Anxiety, euro versus the Swiss franc, I will take a look on it as well. So let's take a look here on the 4 hour on the euro versus the British pound. The sideways movement. So Sergio, is euro versus the British pound good for shorting? I don't know here, because I don't really like it here, because we have this sideways movement. We have here a support 0.8560. So as long as it stays above it, I don't want to go short here on this one, even if, yeah, the bias is bearish, guys. So we have an important downtrend, a temporary rebound. The price has registered a valid breakdown here from the ascending pitchfork's body. The bias is bearish here, but I've told you that I'm still waiting maybe for a valid breakdown here, test retest before confirming a further drop. So because we could have anytime, we could have a false breakdown and a potential growth here because the price moves sideways. Okay, yeah. Akbele, I will take a look also on euro versus the US dollar. Right now I believe that the pair drops. Let's take a look also on euro versus the Swiss franc. That's why I'm here, guys, for you. So we have a further drop here, and right now we have a breakdown here through this downside line of the down channel. Also the price, it seems that it has registered the valid breakdown here below 61.8 retracement level 1.0896. It has dropped it below the S2 and it could continue maybe to drop, guys, but you should be careful here around these former highs. The price could maybe found some support demand and it could rebound a little in the short term. So the bias is bearish here on this one, but maybe it's too late to sell it from here right now. Okay, I will take a look also on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Thank you, Anxiety. So let's take a look on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. So unfortunately our position was closed yesterday at stop loss, but we decided to move our stop loss from here to right below these yesterday's lows, and we cut the risk, and our stop loss was only at 15 pips. So why we decided to do that and not to maybe manage the position at break even? Maybe you are wondering why we let the trade to reach our stop loss for 15 pips, because let's take a look here. So we had a drop and we had a rally here right after the US inflation data was released, and unfortunately if we'll manage every position we'll have when the price will turn against us, it is not good in time. Okay, for profitability, for it is not good, because if the price, we had an entry here, the price has increased it, but yeah, we could have managed the position, but maybe if the price would have decreased only a little and increased towards our target, yeah, but that's why we decided not to maybe manage the position at break even, because it is not good in time. You should let maybe your trades run to see what strategy to use maybe, or how to manage your positions in the future, or yeah. So that's why we decided. So the US dollar versus the Japanese yen is still bullish here. You can see that the price has decreased, has retested this uptrend line, this level here of support 109.33. So yeah, we have strong resistance here around these levels, around 109.69, and yeah, as long as the DXY continues to grow, yeah, we could have a further growth here in the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, but right now I believe that it's late to catch something. I will take a look on 1 hour here. Maybe we had here something after this candle, after this false breakdown with great separation below 109.33, but we placed that buy stop pending order on New Zealand dollar versus Japanese yen, so we didn't want to maybe place a new one here on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Okay, and also for those who are not VIP members, we have also a pending order in US dollar versus the Canadian dollar on the VIP Telegram group. So if you want to still catch that trade on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, you can become a VIP member accessing the link posted right below this video for only £35 amount. Okay, so let's wait here because the price approaches this resistance area. the weekly pivot point 109.69, and let's wait and see here because it's risky to buy it here from this high, from today's high. Okay, let's take a look also on euro versus US dollar. So please take a look here. I've talked about this rising wedge in the former weeks, and right now we had a rebound here, but after, I believe, one moment, I believe we had this one, yeah, after the non-farm payrolls release, the price has increased as much as 1.2218, but you can see here that the price has failed here to stabilize right above the weekly pivot point, above 1.2174, and right now we have a strong sell-off, only because I've told you the DXY rally is right now. So you can make analysis also on the DXY to know how to trade the US dollar. Okay, Sarah, hi master, can you please check silver for me? Yeah, I will take a look on silver for you, Sarah. So you can make analysis here on the DXY as well to understand how the US dollar will move. Okay, because it's very important. Here maybe I would like to see something like a consolidation above 19.28 before it will continue to increase, and if we'll have maybe here a potential consolidation above these former highs, above this level, maybe we could catch something like maybe long position in US dollar maybe. Okay, so let's take a look again on the euro versus the US dollar. So we have right now a sell-off here. The price has dropped again below 23.6, 1.2133. I've told you in my analysis, maybe posted on the VIP channel, that a potential drop here below 23.6, stabilization, maybe a new lower low could really activate a potential corrective phase towards 38.2, 1.2051, towards S2, towards 50%. Okay, but only a new lower low here, potential drop and close and stabilization below this former low, below the S1, could really bring us maybe something here after the price's failure to stabilize above the weekly pivot point, after its failure to approach the R1, after its failure to maybe retest here, to approach and retest this uptrend line. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a look on the euro versus the Japanese yen. Thank you. So right now we have a sell-off here on the euro versus the US dollar, but right now it's too late maybe to catch something here right now, even if the price, the pair, will continue to drop, because it could maybe bounce back from here, from this 50% Fibonacci line, from around this former low. It could come back maybe to test and retest these support levels, yeah, before maybe deciding to continue its drop. I will take a look. Anxiety, thanks sir, you really helped me improve on my analysis. Yeah, thank you as well. Thank you as well. That's why I'm here, and I'm really glad that can help you. So let's take a look also on the euro versus the Japanese yen, and I will take a look also, yeah, we had the sell-off here right now. We had the sell-off also on the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen, on the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen, but let's wait and see, because right now the euro versus the Japanese yen has reached support here, the medium line of the descending pitchfork, the S1, the weekly static support, 132.85. So we are at support right now here in euro versus the Japanese yen. You can see that we have an uptrend So this could still be only a temporary drop here, and this temporary drop could maybe help us to catch something again here, maybe a potential new buying opportunity, a buying signal maybe. Let's wait and see how the price will react here. Right now is Friday, and unfortunately maybe we will not open, or we will maybe not place a new trade here on Friday, but definitely we'll have something on Monday, maybe on this pair as well, on euro versus the Japanese yen. Saif, US 100, do you think we have an opportunity to sell? No, I've told you that maybe the US 100 could drop as long as the DXY continues to increase, but personally I would not take a short position right now from there, even if it will drop, because it is not a high probability trade there right now on the US 100. Okay, even if we had that false breakout. Let's take a look again. One moment. US 100. So I will take a look also on 1 hour. Yeah, we had a rejection from R2, but as long as it stays maybe above this immediate low 13,948.5, it is not good for selling. Okay, and also we had this strong rally here, and I believe that maybe a new higher high stabilization above the R2 will signal a further growth towards the historical highs. Okay, so that's why I'm not bearish on this one here right now in the short term. This is still bullish, guys. Yeah, Martin, I will take a look on the US oil. Okay, US oil, guys, thank you. I'm still waiting. If you want me to take a look on a specific market, please, that's why I'm here. And yeah, let's take a look here on the US oil. This is still bullish after registering this false breakdown with great separation below the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. So as long as it stays above this medium line, test, retest, only false breakdowns, it could continue to increase. And I really believe that, let's take a look here, it has jumped and now it has maybe stabilized above the first warning line of the of a former major pitchfork, descending pitchfork. So it has taken out an important dynamic resistance here, right? False breakout, decrease, false breakdown here, and right now it seems determined and poised to maybe take out the R1. So maybe a potential new higher high here could confirm maybe a potential growth here. This is not a signal. It's still maybe risky here to buy it from these highs, but as long as it stays above the medium line, it could still increase, guys. Okay. Yes, Saif, thank you as well. Thank you as well. So let's take a look also on Bitcoin, and I will take a look also on silver. Someone asked me to take a look on silver. I will take a look again. I will take a look also on silver. Thank you. Sergio, appreciate it. Love the work you guys do. Thank you, Sergio. So, Bitcoin, anxiety, just wonder if all the small news about US dollar is positive. Will it help us to predict the market movement before the major news? No, the small news could maybe move the market in the short term, intraday. Okay, but we cannot maybe, yeah, we can take a look on maybe before major events to see the specialist predictions, to see if we'll maybe have, if the specialists are expecting maybe good data, positive data, and the US dollar maybe could react at these expectations before high impact data, okay, before high impact US data dump, okay. So maybe when the specialists are expecting something like potential, I don't know, potential strong growth in the non-farm payrolls, or a potential, let's say, further drop in the unemployment rate, yeah, with a few days before, we could expect maybe the price of the US dollar maybe to appreciate, or it depends, okay. Thank you guys. Taha Zahor, we talked about gold, but I will take a look again. Dibo, thank you, will be joining today. Thank you as well. Saif, euro versus the Swiss franc, I've told you, we talked about it, but I will take a look again. Yeah, Martin, thank you as well. Okay, so let's take a look again on gold, and I will get back to Bitcoin because you want me to take a look here. So right now in the short term is bearish after registering only a false breakout here above the psychological level, above the medium line, and right now is pressuring this support, okay. And we may have something here like this. We'll have to wait, maybe a potential triangle, potential pattern. We'll have to wait for the price maybe to escape from this pattern before deciding to go maybe long, because still, despite this drop, the bias is still bullish, okay. You can see here that we have an important growth. The price of gold could move sideways here, and maybe a potential valid breakout above this downtrend line could bring us a new long opportunity, guys. That's why maybe the price moves sideways here to accumulate more bullish energy, to attract more buyers, and this maybe potential drop, this drop here could maybe help us, okay. Yeah, anxiety, buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, okay. Personally, I'm much more a technical guy. I really like to take action and to place my trades based on my technical analysis. Also, yeah, I'm using fundamentals as well. Watching news, okay. Thank you as well. So this that's it here. We'll have to wait a sideways movement here, a potential triangle here, a potential pattern. We'll have to wait because, yeah, it's hard to believe maybe that the price of gold will make a valid breakdown here below and to maybe drop, to register a strong drop. Maybe this is only a temporary drop before jumping higher again, okay guys. I will take a look also on the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Saif, I will take a look for you. I will take a look on the euro versus the Swiss franc, and I said earlier that we have here a downside breakout from this down channel, also valid breakdown below 61.8, 1.0996 below S2. So maybe we'll have a further drop here on the euro versus the Swiss franc, as I've told you earlier, but I've said that maybe it's too late maybe to sell it, because we have here these former highs, potential now support levels when the price will reach these levels, guys. So maybe it's risky right now to sell it because we are maybe in a support zone here. Even if we had this breakdown below the downside line, below the 61.8, below S2, right? I will take a look also on the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Silver, yeah, I will take a look on silver as well. Thank you. Euro versus the Australian dollar. I will take a look on the euro versus the Australian dollar as well. So please take a look here. Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Unfortunately, I don't like it right now. Maybe. So we had this breakout above this downtrend line, immediate downtrend line, but we are still something like this here, right? We are still below this minor downtrend line, and maybe we'll have in time. I will take a look on this pair in my next live sessions, only because maybe the price could make something like head and shoulders here, but a potential inverted head and shoulders, potential reversal pattern could be validated only if the price will maybe drop, valid breakout, and to make a new higher high here, to make a valid breakout here above the R1 0.9390, guys. Okay, so, and right now here we have an immediate support here at 0.9347, maybe stabilizing below it, closing stabilizing below it after this false breakout, bearish engulfing, could maybe signal a potential drop, as I said, but I really don't like this pair right now here, because the bias is still bearish. You can see here we can draw something like this here, so we are still far below this downtrend line. So we are in a down channel here, and as I told you, if a potential inverted head and shoulders pattern will be confirmed here by a new higher high, then maybe we'll have a buying opportunity here. But this is not a signal right now. When I'll get confirmation, and if I'll have a signal here, I'll come back to you guys, posting the signal into the VIP Telegram group. Anxiety, I buy euro versus the Swiss franc on my demo for long trade to test my experiment. Yeah, you can do experiments, you can test your strategy before deciding to open real trades, right? You can test and back test your strategy, your analysis. Yeah, I will take a look on silver. Okay, so silver, if you remember, I posted a video analysis into our YouTube channel, so please guys, subscribe also to our YouTube channel, very important. You can comment, we will get back to you, we'll reply to your comments. Also, you can share our videos, former videos, VIP content with your friends. We have trading tutorials, former live sessions. You can learn a lot from these sessions. Also, market analysis, and if you remember, I've posted and I've uploaded a video analysis on silver in the previous days, saying that why silver is still a buy, something like this. And I've told you that as long as it stays above 23.6 23.6% level, Fibonacci level, 27.567, the bias is still bullish. And I've told you that maybe a potential false breakdown here below it again could bring us something. Right now, the price of silver is pressuring this upper medium line of the descending pitchfork. The price moves sideways here. It has failed to come back to retest the medium line. It has failed here to close below it or on it here, signaling that the bulls could push the price higher. So right now we are at resistance, okay, at the upper medium line. You can see that in the past we had this false breakout here above this upper medium line, so we'll have to wait maybe for something like this test retest. Here we have the former high and the potential growth, new higher high could send the price higher towards 28.751, guys, right? So this one, I believe that it's still bullish. The price of silver decreases right now only because the price of gold drops as well, because the DXY rallies, okay? But we'll have to wait to see, and if the price stabilizes above the upper medium line, it could continue to increase. Savage, yeah, I will take a look on New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar for you. Okay, I blow up my anxiety, I blow up my real account many times because of experience. Yeah, yeah, you should, I don't know, you should select, or you should use your own strategy, okay? And what do you like to use? Maybe you understand, maybe you understand how to use Pitchfork, or maybe you don't understand how to use Pitchfork. So if you don't understand how to use Pitchfork, please don't use it. Maybe you will use, I don't know, only Fibonacci, only, I don't know, moving averages, okay? And it is very important for you guys to use something that you like to use, and something that will really help you to identify trading opportunities, okay? You don't have to use our maybe tools, trading tools, right? Or it's very important, guys, to find your own strategy or your own style, okay, before trading on maybe a real account. But still, it is very important also to use a real account, even if a small real account, even if you are a beginner trader, because it is not the same to trade on demo or to trade on a real account, okay? So it's very important also to try to move from demo to a real account, to a small real account, using a minimum size, yeah, to also test your strategy and to understand how the market moves, okay? So New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar, the price approaches here the medium line of the descending pitchfork, the support. Also we have support here at 0.8634. Let's wait and see what will really happen here, because if we'll have a rejection from here and maybe something like this, valid breakout here above the upside 50% Fibonacci line, maybe we'll have something, but right now we don't have something. So the bias is bearish here, you can see, and also you have to wait here maybe for a valid breakdown, stabilization below 0.8634, maybe before catching a further downside movement here in New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar, okay? Anxiety, I'm using divergent, Fibo and chart pattern. Yeah, very good. I prefer to swing trade instead than scalping, but hard to find swing market. Yeah, it's hard to catch maybe something really good. It depends on markets, it depends. Right now, that's why maybe we didn't send too many signals these days, because it was really hard for us to catch high probability trades right now. But don't worry, guys, we'll definitely come back to you with great trades, with high probability, with high probability trades. We are working here all day. We are watching charts, markets for you guys. Even if we had maybe 2 or 3 losses this week, it's not, we recommend you guys to use only to risk maybe only maximum 1% per trade of your account. And yeah, so Here we don't have something right now. We have this sideways movement, and I really don't like it. Here, drop below the medium line. It has found support on the downside 50% Fibonacci line. It has increased it towards the upside 50% Fibonacci line, and now maybe it will retest the medium line and jump towards this line again, but I don't have something here right now. Okay guys, thank you for joining me here. If you like this session here, if you like my analysis, please you can like this video here live. It will be helpful for us into the YouTube algorithm. And thank you guys for being here, for joining me here at this live trading session. I will come back with updates into the VIP Telegram group and also on the free group